Good morning, respected members of the board. My name is Cristian David Conza Gonzalez, and it's an honor to be here today to present my curriculum integration project entitled Systematization of Pedagogical Experience in the EFL Teaching Training Program. I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude to my director, Magister Liana Ivanova Pinza Tapia, for invaluable guidance throughout this research journey. Then I would like to start with the introduction of the topic. To understand the core of this work, we must first understand what the professional practicum represents. It is the critical bridge between academic theory we study at the university and the complex, dynamic reality of the actual classroom. However, just being in a classroom is not enough. This is where systematization comes in. Systematization is not simply writing a diary or narrating what happened. It's a rigorous process of organizing, analyzing, and interpreting or teaching practice to generate a formal pedagogical knowledge through both observation and direct instruction in public educational institutions, especially in basic general education and bachillerato right here in Loja. This process has allowed me to critically reflect on my own performance and the realities of English language teaching in our local context. So then we are going to talk about the research problem and purpose. Um, this bridge bring us to the research problem. We identified a significant gap in our field. Although practical periods offer incredible learning opportunities, these experiences are frequently lost. They are often not systematically documented or scientifically examined. And why does this matter? Mm. Our researchers like Lai in 2023 have pointed out the teacher development is a dynamic and non-linear process. It is highly influential by contextual and cognitive factors. If we not analyze dimensions such as the lesson planning, linguistic applications, learning management, and methodology, we miss the opportunity to grow. The purpose of this study is exactly to address this gap by systematically examining these dimensions in real world public school settings. Then we have to talk about the research objectives. To achieve this, we establish a clear objects. Our first objective is to describe the experiences developed during the professional practice. This means creating a Facebook record of what actually happens in the IEGB and Bachillerato classrooms. Our second objective is to analyze how planning, linguistic factors, and methodology manifest themselves in this context, comparing classroom reality with the established EFL theories. And finally, our third objective is to reflect and identify our pedagogical strengths and challenge. This is the ultimate goal, to extract lessons learned that will support my professional growth and inform my future practice as an English teacher. So for that, we need to talk about the chapter one, which is the literal review. Um, Chapter one of this project serves as a theoretical foundation. A literal review is not just a summary of the books, it is the theoretical lens through which I observe and I analyze every single class during my practicum. I have organized this review into key pillars, starting with didactic planning. Planning is the absolutely heart of effective teaching. As Johnny and Ahab in 2025 suggests, lesson planning provides a logical order for learning opportunities. It helps us sequence our activity to manage time and support learning. But planning goes beyond just listing activities. According to Holmes and Seckel in 2024, it's a crucial way for teachers to clarify their talks. It involves selecting the right materials, it could be visual ads or short text, and being aware of the potential student problems. Furthermore, Bakemore in 2024 emphasized that a well structured plan must be flexible because it must include the backup options and ways to help the students with different skills levels. In a public school classroom with over 30 students, this flexibility is not just theory, it's a daily necessity. So we need to be aware and ready for that. Then we have to talk about traditional methods. Mm, we examined language methods, teaching methods in the history of EFL. Traditional methods built our foundations. For instance, the grammar translation methods focus heavily on the grammar rules and translation text. While Denk in 2023 knows that it provides a base for understanding language structures. And also some critics like Prasetani in 2024 remind us that it provides very limited opportunities for real and spontaneous communication. And also happen similarity in the audiolingual method, as explained by Putra in 2022. Use reels to build habits. While this helps with pronunciation, it often restricts the learners to memorize phrase instead of allowing them to create their own original speech. Understanding these limitations was crucial when observing how teachers in my practicum try to balance the structure with communications. And then we have the modern and communicative methods. Um, Conversely, modern EFL teaching methods represents a massive shift. They prioritize the learner-centered communicative approaches, like communicative language teaching (CLT). For example, focus on using language for real-life interactions rather than just studying the rules, according to Glories in 2022. However, we also be realistic about the challenge. Uh, as Al Hamid and Siha in 2022 points out, implementing CLT in context with large classes and limit materials can be difficult. And also, we innovate models like the flipped classroom, which shifts directs instructions outside the class to maximize in-class communication practice and gamification, which Cardano in 2024 shows can significantly boost the motivation and the cognitive involvement. Then we have to talk about the teaching strategies in EFL. Moving on the teaching strategies are the specific action plans we use inside those broader methods. A key strategy we highlight is scaffolding. According to Chen in 2025, describes this as a providing short-term support like prompts or step-by-step aid until the student can perform independently. We also look at the metacognitive strategies. Song and Shang in 2024 and say the formative feedback. Teaching is not just about correcting errors. It's about providing well-timed, specific information that guides the students to monitor their own understanding. Another vital strategy is modeling, where the teacher makes their thinking visible so the students can learn how to solve a language problem. Then we have to go to the classroom management report. Um, However, none of these methods or strategies work without the proper classroom management, and the absolute foundation of the management is the report. According to Bardor-Fair in 2024, a report as the positive interpersonal relationship marked by mutual trust and warmth. In a EFL setting, students are often anxious or afraid of making mistakes. K 2022 provides empirical evidence. The strong report directly predicts a student's willingness to communicate. If students feel safe, they will speak. If they not, even the best lesson plan will fail. Then we have the dimensions of management. Finally, we explored the foundational dimensions of management. First, we have assessment and feedback. Assessment is the continuous process to inform our teaching decisions, according to Shaw in 2023. While feedback, according to Lee and Hu, enhances the communication competence by allowing students to modify their output. Second, we have the giving instructions. Podel in 2025 argues that clear and simple instructions prevent the confusion and lower anxiety. And third, we have language management. This involves the strategy choose of when to use English and when to use another tongue. Uh, Askaraf and Yusal in 2022, and also Liu and Yu in 2023 suggests while English should be the primary medium, strategic use of the L1 during complex explanations can actually reduce the cognitive load and improve the performance of lower proficiency learners. Um, and in conclusion, this literary review um, has provided the essential theoretical framework required to systematically analyze my practicum. It has taught me the effective English teaching is a complex balance. It requires the scientific rigor of structured planning, the flexibility of modern methodologies, and the profound human connection of the classroom report. Understanding this concept in theory was the first step, and analyzing how they function in the real world was the true purpose of this systematization. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I am now at your complete disposal for any question, comments, or clarification you might regarding this first chapter of my research. Thank you.